Well, welcome all, and welcome Mr. Barry Peatling to the Barry Peatling Sports Show.
And welcome to you, Colin Sutcliffe, and all my viewers in the state and around the world. We are going gangbusters the last few months, and there's nearly up to 36,000 viewers, which is unreal.
It's unreal.
It's a very cold day in Chelsea, about 7 degrees.
The rain came this morning.
And it's going to rain all day.
Raining all day.
We'll get over it.
We'll get over it. Just
good action photo here.
that old rough magic. Just talking a bit of action photo, how you're slippery as Neil.
Yeah.
That on Friday night footy, the Rapagna Football Club was on a halftime show. Your mate John
Sudos, yeah, he was playing when I was up there. He was a big fellow, and he went down to South Melbourne in 1965, I think, and headed the South Melbourne goal kicking list, 3 years in a row.
Now it said he had depression and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Now you were telling me you have give some credit to yourself that you're the one who gave him a little bit of confidence.
Well, he's about his second game playing against Nil when we were playing Rapagna. We were playing up there, and he'd come in at half time and he said, "Barry, these fellas are back." I said, "Jumbo," they called him Jumbo, and his nickname. I said, "Jumbo, get out there. You're a big man. Go and fix them up yourself." Next thing, first 5 minutes of the game, he's dropped 2 fellas and never got frightened ever since.
So you give yourself credit.
Well, I did because he used to look up to me, but I gave him a bit of advice when he was playing the seconds, because he's a big man.
You're like 2 or 3 years ahead of him, so you had a little bit of confidence and a bit of arrogance about you, and you're able to instill that in him.
Jumbo, and but he looks very old in that interview, didn't he?
Well,
But he was a lot of talent, that fellow, and because he come back to Rapagna and he had to give away because he got too many lots of concussion.
So we credit you for him getting
that was probably the same year.
Getting out of his
that photo's taken there.
64, yeah.
It was 65, wasn't it?
So 64, yeah.
Was it? He was just starting then. He probably might have been playing that day that photo was taken against Horsham down at
We'll see if we'll send him an email and just get him to have a look at the show. He might.
Yeah. Because
get a hold of us.
He's a very good footballer, Tom.
Very good footballer. So that was sort of on Channel 7, half-time on the footy show. So that was pretty good. And he likes to go back to Rapagna, just like yourself, to
I'll be
support
getting
the
back there the next couple of months, I reckon, get myself organised. Hope it's still there, and might have moved.
Well, let's get into the game, Chelsea versus Bonbeach. A bit of a wet day, Barry. Tell us more about that.
Not a bit of a wet day. It was disgusting, pouring rain all day. I don't know how I said before we come in here.
About 3 o'clock.
They should nearly cool it off halfway through the third quarter. No one could see it, and it was pouring rain.
What was the crowd like?
No, not too bad. For the weather, yeah, it was pretty good.
There was a few mockers and gloaters in the
big overcoats and raincoats and hats and umbrellas. I was standing out there all the time with the umbrella.
I saw you, your dirty shoes were getting muddy.
Yeah, got drenched and pretty staunch.
Did you come home with your umbrella?
Yes, I did. Tell the viewers out there, I've lost 4 umbrellas the last 4 years.
Just keep your eye out for it.
So if you see any black $2 umbrellas, they're mine.
Let's get into the game. Any changes?
Yeah, there was 4 changes.
4?
Last Saturday's game. A couple of surprises. I cannot believe. Jerusik is out injured, but Bywood, they've dropped Bywood the week before.
This is the interleague
he played interleague 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Crazy.
And they've dropped him. I mean, he played I thought he played a pretty good game last week. Silver's been dropped. He's a young fella, and Kasparich, but I was talking to Snake and I said, "What are you dropping him for?" He said, "Oh, I don't know." Anyway.
I thought Snake knew what was going on.
Well, he's a selector.
So by him not telling you what's what.
Well, he hasn't got the
maybe
main clout.
There's 2 things. He's got no clout, or he's telling you what he can't tell you.
I don't know. I don't give a stuff about that, but I'm just saying, because even a couple of fellas I was talking, I said, I thought he played pretty good from the half-back flank the week before. But anyway, he played in the seconds, he put in, so he didn't crack the irrits, and that was an incoming was Bennett Osborne, who was not a good comeback. Matty Gardner, Toddy Gardner, and Jesse O'Dell. But Bennett Osborne, they should have put him in a second, give him a run, because he was a bit rusty. I was talking to him all the time. He said the knee could hardly feel it in the first quarter, but next week he might be a bit better because he hasn't played this year.
Let's talk about the first half.
Well, it was pretty tough going, Colin. It was raining. It rained all day. just not shout all day. McDonald was taking over the game already. 20 possession first half time. 20 possession. He kicked one goal and he set up about 3. But they only kicked another 2 after half time. So it wasn't worth. So it was
pretty close at half time, wasn't it?
Well, 4-4 to 6-4.
So it was anyone's game really at half time. Considering you're expecting a bit of a thumping.
Well, the weather can bring those sort of games down to sort of a bit more than a normal level, but no, I wasn't expecting to get because they're a pretty good side, Bonbeach. But that was the score at half time. But the second half, Colin, the rain just got worse. I mean, one stage in the third quarter, you couldn't see across the other side of the wing. And I said to the crew, and they paid their electricity bill. They got lights here. They wouldn't put them on. And it just got worse and worse, and will prove the point that how bad it was. There was only 2 goals scored in the second half of a game in the MPL of 2 sides. So
how many goals did Chelsea score?
Chelsea scored 0, nothing.
0.
Not 1 point. But they only scored 1 goal, 2 in the second half too.
So it was a bit. I actually went over to today to have a look at the. Well, I went over today to have a look at the Oval, and I had a little bit of a run up and down, and I could not move. Right, I couldn't move in the middle of the ground. It was a bog.
Oh, it's always a bog. Yeah.
A bog.
But the outskirts of the ground would have dried up by now.
Yeah, the Thames Promenade end was a bit boggy too.
Well, we've had a lot of rain.
A lot of rain
today. 2 or 3 inches.
So what was the final score, Barry?
The final scores are riveting. Chelsea 4 goals 4, that's what they were at half time.
Yeah.
2, Bonbeach 7. They only scored 1 goal 3-2.
So they won by 3 goals 3, which is about 21 points.
I mean, I thought they might have got beaten between 10 and 15 goals. But they are. I mean, that's the game was
wipe off.
It was
right off.
Hard to pick up the ball, hard to go out, and you can hardly see sometimes. Got to get them lights, put them lights on next time.
Come on, Chelsea,
Mr. Chelsea man.
Put your hand in your pockets. Goal kickers.
These are all single goal kickers. Bradley Clark, Toddy Gardner, Jaden Adard, Robbie Lancaster, 1 each.
Okay. Best players, Barry.
Best players. A lot of good players here on Saturday, Colin. They all put in Chelsea.
Okay.
Well, we got within 3 goals of the third top side.
Yeah.
Best players: Matty Gardner, Jason Clark, Toddy Gardner, Jackson Arthur, Ruckwell all day.
Yeah.
Back in his business. Sibby, his first game of the year, played a very good game of fullback. Surprised everybody.
Very good. Okay, so he'll be back next week, no doubt.
Well, he should be in. Jaden Adard, Travis Graham, and my little man Daniel Arsman again putting in.
Give us the votes then, Barry. 1 vote.
1 vote to Jackson Arthur, rucked brilliantly all day and played a good game.
2 votes.
2 votes to Travis Graham. He just glides around the ground, this fella.
Just glides around.
Glides around.
3 votes.
It's a little champ again, Toddy Gardner. He's a marvel.
Is he back in? Back in first week.
Back in all right. He's God, they bash him. He gets up and he gets into the packs. He's a little tough little cookie. I'll tell you. Oh yeah,
he'd be favourite for the best and fairest.
Well, he'll win the best and fairest by a lap.
Yeah.
If he's playing every week.
So who's second then? Do you think? Without looking at any notes.
Bradley Clark. Bradley Clark. I mean, standouts, mate. Bradley Clark.
What about the other
played a very good first half, but died out in the second half. They had Rebusini on him, who was a star.
Yeah.
And I said to him before the game, I was talking to his father, he said, they got Rebusini on me. I said, oh, well, that's a pretty good compliment, Brad, because he's one of their guns.
Yep.
But he just sort of got a bit on top of the last, but the second half was, anybody get a kick because it was too wet.
Too wet. Any highlights, Barry?
Well, the only highlight, I wouldn't call it a highlight, I'd call it a lowlight because of the scoring.
Yeah.
From half a game, I've never seen that before in my life. Half a game, two sides have only scored 1 goal.
Because it was
it'd have to be a world record.
Too difficult.
I mean, Bonbeach is a pretty good football side, for God's sake. And we're not too bad, but 1 goal, 2 from 2 sides.
Crazy. So, any more highlights?
There was a bit of a highlight. The only highlight, I reckon, because of the game. What do you call it? The ground condition. But Shane McDonald, the first half, he actually won the game for the game. 22 possessions, 1 goal, and set up with about 3. Second half.
This is just
The second half there, it still was around, but there was nobody stood out in the second half because it was too wet to do anything.
Yeah.
It was. But Shane, he's supposed to come yesterday to get for the India. Let me know what happened. Why you didn't come, mate?
Watch.
It's all set up for you to get that.
It's all ready. What's going on?
Give me a call. Someone give me a call.
Explanations. Next week, Barry.
But we're playing Pines again. I mean, beg your pardon, we're playing Pines 2 games in a row at home.
Oh, home.
And what do you think about Pines? They beat Mornington on Saturday.
Wow. So what's
Cannot believe it.
What's your prediction for this week then?
And they beat Mornington. Mornington's beaten everybody, and we nearly beat Pines, didn't we?
So that's pretty bad, isn't it? Yeah.
This must be the second round.
So you thinking close game?
Well, I think so. We've got
hopeful.
Brisbane fella. He'll be a lot better for his run Saturday, and we got Big Joel might be coming back next week, and a couple other fellas might be. Yeah, we might look to get within 3 goals.
It's pretty good.
We've got half our side out.
Yeah.
Now we're sort of struggling, but
so Bywater's in this week.
I just think so.
Maybe. Just before we close up with Cheerios, just your tip for the World Cup.
Well, I've seen a few of the games the last few. As I said before we come on air, it's about time. At least they scored a lot of goals. France looked pretty good last night. Did you see them?
Yeah, playing
3 love. Some funny name.
Honduras.
Are they on the planet or what? Honduras?
They're a small place. Small place. They're around Brazil.
Around there?
Yeah, they're a small nation, about the size of New Zealand.
That's my early tip, France.
Okay, France.
Who's your tip?
My tip is Brazil. Can't go past the host nation.
Well, at least was it 2-1, wasn't it?
Yeah, they won pretty easily.
No, 2-1.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but they won.
That's not easy, is it?
Yeah. So we'll look at that, a bit more of that sort of. That's our early tips. You heard it here first.
I wouldn't be taking too much notice of my tips in soccer, I tell you now. But I'll give you the soccer people.
Netherlands, maybe.
The people in charge of soccer. Do yourself a favour. Allow soccer to be a bit more physical, and it'll be a good game to watch.
Oh my goodness!
I mean,
don't get me started, Barry.
No, but these people they fall over, they've broken their leg, and they want to
so many stretchers.
They've got a sore finger, and they get the stretcher out from them. Get a life and have it a bit more physical, and it'll be a good game to watch.
Oh, sorry, I changed my vote to Netherlands. Netherlands.
Right, I'll let you off.
Netherlands, okay. Cheerios, Barry.
Always Cheerios. Beg your pardon. Always Cheerios from this little house here where we do this video. To all my viewers in the state and overseas, and especially in the Philippines, where Annie's cousin is coming down, is picking her up today, and she's coming down for a couple of weeks, and she brings a lot of presents down for them, and it's going to be a very big. And Lloyda's birthday yesterday. They're going to have a party. Lloyda's birthday, and that's her daughter. The next 2 days are going to be eaten every hour in Toronto.
A lot of food.
And because Carla, she sent me a nice Father's Day thing on the computer.
Wow. Very
clever. Carla, you're a very sweet little girl. I said that. And of course, Ariane and Jimmy and Jovan. Jovan's getting better. Good. The one he's in the wheelchair. And to P8 and Shandy and Carl, hope everything's going right in Cairnsville, and can we get a lot of rain down, getting all your rain from down here from Cairns, right, haven't we? Coming down here.
It's drifted down.
But that's all for me today.
It's goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're going to rotate you off, we want you back here, alright? Okay, you do a fair work, but just keep at it, okay? Right, boys, just I reckon here's the communication around the footy. Okay, we'll probably listen a little bit more. Okay, say it again, fellas, just make sure that we don't gravitate to the play. The ball's there, we're thinking, fuck, I'm a chance here. While you were doing that, you're all both slipping out the back. Alright, so close around the outside again, just make sure you caught, bring their eyes. He slipped out, pull him back out. I lock you back out, clear out. He slipped out, there's one behind. Okay, so make sure you do it. Right, take responsibility, fellas. Right, have confidence in that rounding up. Alright, so what's happening here? Alright, rounding up, there's a bloke here, and there's a bloke here, and there's a stoppage around about here. We're thinking, fuck, should we go here, or should I take this bloke here? Right, so what we need to do is just go fucking bang, I've got him. Right, next bloke, bang, I've got him. Next bloke, bang, I've got him. Alright? Just have confidence in what we're doing. And when you stand around up to around about halfway up the ground, with the conditions today, you need to go up further. Okay? It doesn't even matter if that bloke's on his own, your bloke comes with you, there's a 2-on-1. Doesn't even matter if it's a 3 or 4-on-1, as long as we've got someone there. Okay? So once again, communication, let's push it up. When we call it from the ground, Matty Baxter, where are you, mate? There was that one there, we called you up, the ball squared out, went straight to him. So, the end of there's no question about it, but we just need to keep getting games in here, blokes. We need to keep trying to get our structures right. I thought we fell down badly in our forward line today. Now, the midfielders just working their arse off, there's no question about it getting into the forward line, but we're just going forward with no motor. Now, sometimes that's maybe our structures forward, but maybe it's also our delivery forward, or the speed on which the ball's going forward. Okay, there's many things that we need to work on, but once again, we played against the side that's been doing the same thing over and over and over again for 5 years. And we took it up to them, fellas. There's no question they'll go home tonight and say, haven't they changed? Aren't they a lot better than what they used to do? But once again, boys, we lost. We lost. Right? That's another game under our belt. Okay, we get the queue up again next week. We're playing Pines. Pines here. Now, I don't know if you get any more hunger than the way we played against Pines last time with Pines. Okay, you need to bring that effort that you put in today and more, and some. You need to pay your souls back. Once again, boys, that was a good effort. There's no question, the supporters will think so. I definitely think so. But we lost. Right. So well done, boys. Make sure you take it on board. Make sure you just don't switch off as soon as I stop talking. Get in your groups, have a bit of a chat about it, where you think you went wrong. Just those little things that we need to work on. Especially on a day like today, it could have quite easily been the other way. Maybe just those forward entries. Maybe just those little tackles that just got away. Maybe it was just the blokes that just got out bustled from front position. Just those little things we need to continue to work on. Right, boys, well done. Have a speech down.